Let me turn that off. Hi, howdy, and hello. I haven't said that in a long time. I see somebody's there. Who's there? Hi. Hey, Brad Marcus, how was it? How was your conference? How was the experience? Nice to see you. I hope you can hear me. Yeah. Nice. Hi, Sober Carper. Nice to see you. Howdy and hello, peeps. Sorry, I still got toes dangling there. I did not do a new little thing yet, so it is what it is. Come tickle some algos and tickle some toes with me. Just high vibe. I don't know. Pretty gloomy, cozy, rainy day. I'll get there. I'll get some high vibes going. But little careshare, hangout, live chit chat, yada yada yada. Hi, Carol. Is Jane asleep? Hi, Carol. Good to see you. Oh, good. You can hear me, Brad. Brad, I'm very curious. How was the conference? I bet it was a success. Brad was at Alien Con, right, in LA. He was just there. So when I find the time, I snag it. So I'm snagging it. I just don't know how this will roll out. For some reason, I still feel I've got some layers that have been peeling, which is very awesome with this little human experience we're doing. You just, when you're reflecting a lot and you're putting all those pieces together and sitting with things and processing, sometimes it's not quite ready to come out. So I just wanted to see what can come out. And yeah, so that's what we're just going to kind of like see what happens. Just do a little catch up, high vibe, chit chat, hangout. I'm rooting for you, Carol and Jane. I hope that hail that's coming, it's supposed to be like baseball size, they say. So I think Illinois is about to get hit here. So, and I know you just asked me, Carol, but I am looking at snow still. We do have some rain that's trying to get it out, but these piles and this snow wasn't exactly super snow. I mean, regular snow. So it's kind of sticking around a little bit and it is sticky. But it's still there. It's just trying to melt, trying to do its thing. It's quite beautiful still. We are loving this cozy rain day. I had a beautiful day. I've made some new friends. So my new gal pal up here with the 3 most adorable children ever, honestly, I'm not going to creep her out by saying I've known them from another lifetime, but their light is so bright. And she's done all the things. Like these kids are doing their own hands-on learning. They're making their own things. They don't even have a TV in their house. They have this awesome little homestead. And I was going to come visit them today and bring some little gifts. And it did not align. They're not super well and ready to host. And I woke up and I'm like, that is fine. It is a cozy day. So we're going to try it another time. But she's also a woman that I'm going to be co-creating with. So that's what I wanted to share. There are 3 now avenues of co-creation that I'll be doing. So I kind of like feel like I'm coming back to myself a little bit. I got lost for a little bit. It's nice here in Chicago. So you're back in Chicago. Good. People don't want to hear about past lives. Oh, they don't. Yeah, I get it. Tilly on the lakefront. That's where I used to live, Brad. So you don't have the weather yet. It's 80 there, Carol. What? So does it start tonight? Well, I know it's not snow. It's supposed to be, what is there, a tornado warning? And then that crazy hail, like the baseball size hail, which might run through Chicago there, Brad. Just letting you know. Hi, Henry Nelson. Holy smokes, how the heck are you? Thank you. Thank you for chiming in there and saying howdy. I'll try not to butcher this. I'm quite not in as much alignment as I had hoped to be. I did go through it. I went through another wave of the human experience. Aren't we all every day? But this was a moment of like, whoa, wait a second. Not that you're going the wrong way, because is there ever really a wrong way? But I got a little lost in other creation, other people's stuff. I was helping doing other things and kind of probably overstepping, not waiting for the invitation. I was overstepping probably because of life experience and knowledge and energy and all that I know I can provide. And that's my love language. Like, let me help, let me assist. And it didn't feel very good after a while. So I realized, well, where's my creation? I'm adding to other creations, but where's my creation? Not me, but like, well, I can start from seedlings in bloom. I can do those things because I've done those things. And there was an intent to come here to do those things. So I am now not splintering myself in a million pieces, but I'm honoring the gifts and honoring the bliss that I do have when it comes to children. I keep starting these things. The computer's just not lining up because the kids I meet and the kids I did meet, and we're trying, but there's nothing like that raw, authentic in-person experience. So it's been hard. Looking under all the rocks, it's been hard, but you start to find your tribe when you can just authentically share without a whole lot of defense. I'm so glad that conference was excellent, Brad. That's wonderful. I bet your speech was phenomenal. I'm sorry I did not do the live stream. I bet the turnout was great, and I'm so glad you got to do that. Any others in the works, Brad? Are you going to do any others soon? Just curious. So, yeah. So, there's too many things to say. Share whatever at any time, but the other little bit, there's a couple of bits of information. So if you heard of the blizzard, so I haven't talked since our blizzard. We got dumped so hard. We were part of those news stories of the blizzard in Wisconsin and being in the peninsula here. It seemed over 40 inches to me, definitely 3 feet. But then with the snow drifts, we were up to like 6 feet, 7 feet, just with the drifts alone. That was intense, but I tell you, it was so cool. We loved it. Everyone's like, welcome to Wisconsin. Like, don't run away yet. And I'm like, no, we hope this happens again next year. And I guess they haven't had that much snow in like 100 years, but we kind of dug it. There is nothing wrong with being hunkered down at home with your family. We love that. We love that shit. We choose to do that all the time. And like I was telling everybody, thank God it wasn't a fire or evacuation or a quake. Like, we'll take a blizzard. We're fine with the blizzard. Dee, but Daddy D, how are you? Nice to see you, Dustin. I get to co-host with Dustin next week. Woohoo! Nice to see you, Dee. Wait, is it Tuesday? I think we're doing it Tuesday. Nice to see you. I can't wait. So Dustin, flying chair to the rise. I will see you very soon. Dustin, how'd you do with the blizzard? So we made tunnels. We had some fun. We stayed in for like 48 hours. That was when the wind was whipping. Although there was a chunk of time there that kids in the giant went to help some neighbors. And at one point, it was a whiteout. Wind coming sideways. I couldn't see past the porch. And I just get out there and start my whistling. I can do the big crazy whistle. Kind of like trying to call everybody home because I'm like, where'd they go? Did they blow away? Like, it was intense. And poor little things, they were shoveling out a neighbor. By the time they got home, it was just like, whatever you just did is going to be covered in like an hour. And that accumulated so fast. That was a trip. Now, being in California, you can drive an hour, maybe 2, and you can get to some serious snow. But California didn't get much snow this year, even in the mountains there. Our mountains, other Southern California, like Big Bear and Arrowhead and stuff. Mammoth always gets dumped, it seems. You saw the photos of my blizzard, Brad. Cool. So, and Brad, you're going to a conference. You're going to see Elena. Yes. Wonderful. And Dustin, the blizzard was wild in Madison. You got 7 inches, but it melted right away. Really? Dude, we got almost 40. We're only 3 hours from you. It was crazy. And what's left is, the remnants of what the snowplows did. And, our yard's kind of covered, but it was heavy. So some of you might be subscribed to Hucketh the Ducketh. I know Garrel is. That is my son. He's officially launched his YouTube channel, and he is taking a snowball from that blizzard that he made on a journey. He's going to save it for the year. And his process is beautiful. I taught him just a couple things that you'd think I would stick to get my algorithms going in bumps, which is the same intro, the same outro, like keep it short and sweet. There's shorts he's doing, just like one little process. He's very good at editing, and his views are skyrocketing. I'm so happy for him, and he's thrilled. He's into it. He's into the editing. It's not about the likes and all those kinds of things, but he's having fun with it, and he Yeah, he's getting into it. So hucketh the ducketh. But here's one of the things. One of his little shorts, he put a lighter to the snowball, which everyone was asking him to do. And sure enough, it went black. And what he didn't quite share, and maybe he will, I smell plastic. Will I get a community strike? We shall see. Maybe he knows better to say anything. But that little snowball that he was lighting, which is still pretty black, got a little scent in the kitchen. So just saying, that was a little crazy. 9 inches down by Henry Nelson. Really? He is following my footsteps, Dustin. Kind of, but I also hope not. Hopefully he'll learn from my mistakes. But also, yeah, he's starting some coding. He's starting, that kind of stuff. I want like this young boy who is now almost 5'10". I want him to really still doesn't have his little, well, I'll tell you about the smartphone thing. I want him to know how to use these tools, how to use technology and not have it use him. So the fact that he's really into the editing side of things, hey, it could be a lifelong career there. So who knows? So yeah, I'm all for it. And yes, I monitor. And yes, a lot of his subscribers right now are friends and family. So that feels good too. But yeah, that snow that we still have lingering, I don't know. I also notice a couple pals are just getting that burn tickle. You know, we don't have to go down those rabbit holes so much, but I think everyone knows where I'm going with that. Not like it's totally natural. But anyway, the coziness of winter feels good. That's what feels really good. The giant is already on his second gig. He's picking and choosing. People are throwing offers at him. So very proud of him. He's pretty pumped because he thought with this new job offer that he accepted and moved into, he thought it was more of, utilizing his skills, which is being like a beast and amazing and can do absolutely anything and is strong as all hell. But they gave him a desk and a laptop as well as go into the field and utilize his muscles and skills. So he's calling home and writing home like, I have a desk. Like I've never had a desk. Like this is a trip. He's kind of tripping out. And his mind, I hope he doesn't get the best of him because he's like, do I belong here? I'm like, yes, you belong here. And this is a gift. No more beating up your body. Like, utilize your skills that you have here too. It doesn't all have to be muscle stuff. So he's flying high. Everybody's doing really well. Oh, hello there, drum host. How are you? This is probably the first live or first vlog I've ever done where I haven't mentioned it yet. It's all I've ever talked about on here. So people are waiting for your swag, drum hosts, in multiple sizes. We got to talk about updating that. And I'll send you what they shared with me. And you probably already jumped off because you're very busy. So we'll get into all that stuff in a little bit. So the other thing that has been tripping me up, which I'll probably cut up into a bunch of little clips and things, my whole platform and what I still will continue to do, work on the learning centers and the homeschooling and the children and all that kind of stuff. My kids, my daughter, like I said before, has taken a very big interest in our local public school. She shadowed. She had an incredible day. She was glowing and she wants to give it a shot and we're going to go for it. So it's one of those I can be found preaching about the different the different forms of education there are, and the fact that we didn't have a choice in California. Now that we have a choice here, I am empowering her with the choice. She has had a 10 to 11 year development of homeschool, of Waldorf Steiner, Rudolf Steiner stuff. I mean, she has had the foundation to give her a really good home base that she can launch off of. She's going to give it a shot and I'm all for it. So part of that little part of me, my layers coming off and the blizzard and the dump and kind of crumbling and letting the layers come off was this, oh my gosh, now we have public school in our lives, which I never saw coming. And so a little bit of an identity crisis in a way. Oh, Drumhouse is still there. Okay, so we got to get your merch going. I'll talk to you after this. Are you there now? Did you get my message? I don't know if Dustin's still on Facebook there. So anyway, no, I'm not going to talk about you. I'm not going to talk about you, Sister Heather. But we do need 2 XLs. That's the request for the sweatshirts, especially for the alien hoodies. Please, please, the people want their merch. People love merch. So let me ground myself again. Yeah, they should hire her as a teacher. You mean Charlie? Yeah, they might. And I was delayed in starting this because she ran in the girl that she shadowed with. We wound up seeing her the next day from her shadow day at a concert here in town, which I helped cater. Drumhouse was the food for it, and I wound up stepping into shoes that I hadn't stepped into in a long time, other than hosting big, huge gathering and parties and events at my house for the 6 years after 2020, 5 years after 2020. I stepped back into an old role of service and catering, which was really fun. And I got to meet in person this high school community, which was lovely, absolutely lovely. I met some faculty. I met the girl that my daughter shadowed with. I met some of her friend group. And I just really saw my daughter glowing. And I'm like, this is, again, it's not about me at this point. She's 15 years old. She has the foundation. She's going to give it a shot. And I'm so excited. So she goes right after Easter. She's going, girl. Signed her up. It's like one of those, I walked in the doors of the school. I'm like, will I turn to dust? Or will I be able to, will this, how can I help here? So I'm going to be taking the little state test in Wisconsin, get on that sub list. I'm going to get involved in the classrooms again, because that's what I've been used to doing since they were very little, is somehow being involved in where they go to school. I want them to know that their parent is present and that I care and that I'm going to be around. So that's what I'm going to be doing. Thanks. Hi, Roger Blair. How the heck are you? Hi, Roger. Oh, I'm trying so hard to be transparent and authentic, and I'm still a little bit protective. And that's a good thing. That's okay. This is the human experience after all. So those are all my little bitty updates. Just a lot of reflection. Some people don't like to look in the past. Some people do not like to go to the past. They like to either keep it buried. I know you said that even earlier, Brad, about people don't like to look at past lives even. I know that the past is what shapes who we are today. So I am going to reflect. I'm going to reflect fondly. I'm going to reflect in an educational way. And I'm going to reflect in curiosity's sake, just to be like, well, how did this happen if that was the past? I'm going to look in the past. I'm not burying it. I'm not putting a lock on it. I'm not going to ignore it. I'm going to honor it and recognize it for shaping me for who I am today. And that goes for other people. So I'm very well aware of people's past. And when you meet somebody, there's no excuses. Well, they had a traumatic past, so that's why they are who they are. Well, it may have shaped them who they are today, but every breath is a choice. So just saying. With that being said, I do love and honor and appreciate everybody's journey. Even my sister, who I don't know if he's here anymore. And I said, I'm not going to get into it. I'm not going to get into it. But I know we have a lot of work to do with our communication. And we're going to work at it because it's very important to not only us, but to the entire family. And now to the community. Because if we are going to work together, not necessarily co-create together, but if I can help her work with her creation, I'd like to do so with all my heart. And I have to learn my own boundaries. You have to wait for the invitation, not overstep. I have a new mantra in my head. This is not mine. This is not my business. Because we'd all sometimes would go somewhere and think of what we would do, but it's not my place to do that. So, I might have misunderstood and maybe got her uncomfortable in a way. And I don't want to do that. I want to make things comfortable. So then I realized I got to go create somewhere because it's just bubbling up in me. And that's these blessed new community I get to meet. So my beautiful mom friend with the 3 kids, she has an incredible property we're going to work on cultivating. And then I get to meet this incredible LLC that's already established this weekend, as well as a woman who's spearheading a new potential learning center. And that's what I came from. That is popular in LA, the homeschool learning enrichment centers, the pods, all these things. Now there's a lot of people in Wisconsin here, a lot of homeschool mom people that I've met online, and families are like, you can't do that. It's not legal. And I'm sorry, but I digress. It is a program. It is very much legal to have a small business. And if your small business happens to offer services to kids during school hours who might not be in the public school system, then that's just a program that would be perfect for them. So no, we can't say it's a homeschool for kids, and we can't necessarily, it's a learning center, aka a school for kids, but we can't say it's a program, and we can say it's an enrichment place to enrich the homeschool services that you provide at home. Because if you're homeschool, you're a parent providing education at home for your kids. Whereas I know out of state and in California, you can go to a brick and mortar building and have someone else educate your child, and that could be considered homeschool. So for the working parents out there, I think it's an incredible option, and I don't see why not we can make it work in Wisconsin. And I'm not trying to step on toes. I'm not trying to disrupt the systems. I'm not trying to come in and be like, let me insert my California ways, because nobody wants the California ways, to be honest. But this is not, if you think of this in like European ways, this is the basic public school system. It's hands-on learning. It is child-led learning from K through 8. High school's a little different. And mentors. Utilize mentors. Utilize the elders with special skill sets. That's kind of what I still will die on that hill of being, pretty incredible way to educate your child. Get the elders that have the strongest skill sets to teach their master trade to a child. And also paying attention to what lights up your child from the inside out. That will, we already got, when we registered Charlie for this public, we already got our first notice of the first test coming in. And thank goodness she has the foundation of like, this is assessment. This is not going to make or break you. This does not mean you're a good student or not a good student. It's an assessment, and it's a way for the district to get some monies based on where the students lie. Like, knowing that she's aware of some of these things could keep that nervous system in check, because that's really all that parents really worry about. Are our children's nervous systems okay? Are they navigating things well? It's so funny because I'm airing this on one of my channels that is parent and education based. I know last time, or my last few times, especially the snarky bits, I go to another channel, the one that's usually memes and the one that's usually like, tongue in cheek. And I think because I know where I'm airing, I'm feeling more reserved. Isn't that crazy? Social media is just such a freaking trip. Thank you, Brad. I see that there. Oh, thank you. Yeah, I had to do a little surprise thing because I wasn't supposed to be here right now. And if anyone, I know Garyl's heard him before, maybe Roger, I've talked about Galactic Man before, but our little fella from LA that really was our functional medical doctor, and he really just took care of the whole family in so many ways, in the ether and beyond too. It's really scary when you're in a new place and you're like, but we don't find somebody like him. Like, we're going to try something new today, and hopefully we're in alignment. I did use a referral, and I just hope we're going to get the piece, because when I moved, I literally, my legs are different heights. I threw something out so bad, and I've just kind of been in denial, like putting myself last, and I kind of can't do it anymore. So I'm going to get checked out, hopefully adjusted, hopefully get some body work done soon. So anyway, that's next. So I'm probably going to have 20 more minutes. This won't go the full hour. So anyway, rewind. I'd love to be more transparent. How can I do that? Breath. Yes. See how the answers come? Hi, codes. What's crack-a-lackin'? Andy, July, right? I'm so excited. Andy's got a marathon going. Is it 24 hours? It's 48 hours, I think, right? Total UFO marathon experience. Maybe it's 24 hours. 48 would be pretty crazy for you. I don't know if that's humanly natural. But I can't wait to chat on there and share some tales. Oh, yeah. So let's just change it up a little bit. Even if we're on my little reserved pages, I'm going to change it up with some chit chats. of the ET kinds because I'm finding the others still when it comes to that stuff. It's so normalized. Oh, yeah, just 24 hours. Okay, 24 hour in the UK. Love it. I can't wait. Um, we have some more fun things happening. Just the elementals. So this new mom pal, that's where I think it was one of those, I know you. So what's interestingly enough is she recognized me from that podcast I did in 2021 to 2022 with the woman who shall not be named. Um, the Raising Starseeds one. And she goes, I knew I recognized you from that. And so when we got to talking about, because on that show, we went everywhere. Multidimensional and all. And she and I really resonate with the elementals, with woods, with our Bigfoot, with the Sasquatch, with all that. Did you say hi, baby laser? Baby the laser, how the heck are you? Coral, hi, Coral. Oh, we got a few UKs in the house. Oh, Hucky Pie. Hola, how are you? Huck it the ducketh. Don't forget to hit like and subscribe to my son. Hi, Huck. I take it your class is done. Go eat a cookie. Smell you later. Thanks, Huck. Thanks for bumping my algos. Teach the children well. Now I'm finally relaxing, I think. Maybe I just needed a Hucky Pie shout out. Coral, how the heck are you? And Baby with the laser. Nice to see you guys. Oh, cool. You guys are so lovely. I know I don't give notice with these much anymore. Galactic greetings, Huck. He's such a sweet pea. It's so funny. I was giving his name over the phone today for, we're just going to get a cleaning, little dental. And I kept saying his name. I think she thought I was saying Fuck. And she kept saying, excuse me? I'm like, Huck, Huck. And she's like, pardon me? And I go, like Huckleberry. She goes, oh. I'm like, wow. But then I recalled as he was a baby on the playground, and I'm going, yelling. Parents would always look at me thinking I'm like swearing at my child. It's not the most common name, actually. You'd think, but it's not quite. Oh, Coral, I'm good. Just recovered from third migraine this month. Oh, no. How are you? Always good to see you. Aw, nice to see you, too. I'm still not interviewing yet. Hope to do it soon because I can't wait to chit-chat with you. Your third migraine. Okay, who else is having these, by the way? Now, with the weather being as wonky and weird as it is, and I know for me in particular, I've got something malfunctioning. I'm definitely tweaked. My body is off. I am not in alignment. So I definitely have headaches. But I'm hearing universally from people just having just wicked migraines and things. And when we left LA, that shifted a lot for us. I'm telling you, the Wi-Fi, the radiation, the 5G, it's a lot less. It's different out here. I know the population alone is so much lower. But in LA, as soon as you land in a plane, you just start, wait. Excuse me. My contactee friend. Yeah, see your contactee friend. Boom. That's where I was going with this, Coral. Thank you. My body's off too. Tense neck, head sensations, ear ringing like mad. Yes. So are we getting messages? I don't care if I'm on my reserved parent education page. I'm going to go there. Are we getting messages? What I know is when I went under, when I lost a little bit of myself, which I know my dear sis, who's in denial of that, of not losing myself. It's possible at 51 to lose a little bit of who you are. And I did. So when I was doing that, what helped was calling in for guidance. I just started calling in. What she said, what downloads? Possibly downloads, messages, downloads, directional downloads. How would the rest of you all say that when you start going through, or just in general? My first little hit is, are you armored up? That's when, like, my daughter and I would do a quick parasite cleanse or the metal detox. The metal to me is always an ongoing one, because don't forget, with what's happening out here in the world, the 5G, the pinging, the radiation, we are conduits. And if we're full of heavy metals, we're going to feel that extra. So keeping yourself clear of metals as much as you can. It's damn near impossible at this stage in the game. So just keeping yourself cleared out, I think, is helpful. So I guess the first question, Coral, is it friend or foe? Like, is this a positive thing, or is it shaking your nervous system to the point it's distracting your human experience? Like you said, it's not helping with your sleep, so it's a problem. So if it's a problem, it's just checking in. What is this? What are you trying to show me? What is this for? What is happening? And pay attention to the hits. Where's the answer coming from? Your gut, your brain, the tingling, your nervous system, and then go from there. For me, it was a protection. It was a protection bit. My dearest bestie in North Carolina, when that after that blizzard happened for us, they were going through some weird weather too, and it just this rumbling happened. The rumbling, old wounds, like everything that was not necessarily buried, but was laid to rest, came up again for more processing. And when you're in the middle of life, co-creating a new life, that can be pretty distracting and disruptive, and it could piss you off. So you got to find the time to check in, to be like, what is this trying to tell me? I have no definite answers. This is just my experience, by the way. Okay, negative, sadly, because I have agoraphobia, mad anxiety, chronic stress, disassociation, mad mix, but I feel also protected too. Okay, we had weird weather last few days, bad winds, super cold. Yeah, that, I don't know. What's it blowing through? Like I said, my little Hucketh the Ducketh lit up that snowball and it wasn't normal. What is that doing to us? What is that? Is it penetrating our skin? Are we breathing something in? Is something happening there? How do we overcome it? I don't know. I had a couple bumps in the night where sometimes my first thing I do, and this is when it's like the hair stands on end and it doesn't feel good. And you're like, okay, no, I'm not ready for this. I just immediately go into only the highest vibration is allowed at this time. That which is not the highest vibration, may the beautiful Ascended Masters please come escort you to the most perfect place. Now, it's a little bit altered, but it's very similar to what Seti Ranch. And then I literally visualize the Care Bear stare. I put that little glowing bubble all around and I blast it out. And sometimes even through my mind's eye, I'll just grid out the house. I just go to the points and grid it out and just put that little bubble up. Sometimes that helps. Because, sometimes these collective things, especially the news and what have you, there is a collective loosh bomb that happens so that the frequency, when everyone's just going up, 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 this frequency will come in and everyone just blasts down. And guess what comes in and harvests at that time? So, yeah. So, well, there goes my reserve channel when I was keeping it chill the whole beginning for all the new parents and things that I'm meeting. Get to know me. This is the Get to Know Me channel. Jane. Hi, Jane. How are you? Hooray for Jane. Oh my gosh. Jane, it was so cute. Huck was running around. Chiro. He was trying to figure out how to say it. I go, dude, I had your shirt on. I'm like, that's my girl. And he was so giddy. He was so giddy. So I guess you're getting a shout out on his next video, Jane. Lots of harvesting of our loving energies, Coral. Yes, absolutely. I know. Where do I want to go with that? Be careful where you put your mind. I mean, I went very 3D, like my heart hurt, my stomach hurt, I didn't regret moving, but I had this moment of like, holy crap. Everything I thought that was supposed to be happening kind of fell and I was crumbling. So that would have been a perfect time to harvest. However, I was determined to rise out of it. I was finding whatever solutions I could, contacting my bestie, the soundboard, venting, writing, drawing, trying to do what I could possibly do to pass it and find out what is this teaching me? Because everything's a teachable moment. And that pain body, which is very recent, which is where I've been, was trying to teach me something. And thank you to my Balti. She reminded me that, perhaps there was one storyline that got me here. Because not apparently, we were meant to leave California. I don't have that regret. I miss the mountains. I miss the people. I miss the children. I miss a lot of things. but I don't think enough to live in that frequency anymore. So it wasn't about I made the mistake and we're not supposed to be here. It was, what is the teachable moment in this? And the aha moment was, oh, thank goodness that original concept is what pulled me here. But maybe it was to get me here. Otherwise, I wouldn't have come. And it's to now spread out in the way that I hope to spread out in the next few months, which I will soon talk about. So that helped me kind of like go, oh, and then like lift out of that funk just enough to be like, oh, and then just start changing the perspective of what's actually going down. It's not something that's happening to you. It's how it's well, it happens to you, but how do you recover? how do you lean into it and move through it? And that can go from pain bodies. It can go through being hurt. It can go through being misunderstood. Really big repetitive storyline in my on my journey, as well as trust. I, since a very young age, have been dealing with this lesson of trust. It's tattooed all over my body. So the repetitive pattern came in again. And then Coral, this was my point of my whole bit. Going through all that is when all this other bits started happening. So when I put the protection in place, I started looking at it as just help. And leaning into all those different types of frequencies kind of helped me shed the dark stuff that was trying to come in. I don't know if that answered anything. I don't even know if you asked anything, but that was my experience, was this journey ride of the 3D, that when I got to tap into the multi after protection was in place, I was able to purge the gunk that was weighing so heavy on my heart. And my huge teachable moment is and always will be, especially as a mom teaching to my kids, it's never about anybody else. No one can make you feel a certain way. No one is going to do something to you. You allow it to happen. You hold on to something and you're the one feeding the energy into it, or you are low on the tools of detachment and boundaries. And, it's always teachable. So, and it took me coming outside of myself in my little bubble of what's going on, what's the world about, why is this happening, how could I have been mistaken, how could I be going the wrong way, my family's thriving, but I was like, where did I go, where's my light, where's my mission? And I got lost, and it was the distraction. All these things started going down. I was like, what was that in the house? I saw funky lights, I felt presence outside, and it would pull me out of that human experience that I was in a hamster wheel about, and start doing my things, whether it was battling, whether it was connecting, whether it was calling on my dad who's passed, and then a song would come on. And so I felt his presence. And then all of a sudden I go back and, well, let me go back into this bubble of misery because I don't know what's happening in my life. And it was different. It was like, no, I don't want to be here anymore. It's not about that. And then I could feel that through. When I hear, Carol, you're going through all those things, I really hope you have an opportunity, and maybe we'll do a fun talk text exchange again about a metal cleanse and a parasite cleanse, just to reboot the inside out. The anxieties and all those things, they're possible. It's possible to overcome some of these things. Oh, oops. Oh, wow. I'm sorry. But it usually scrolls with y'all, but that time it didn't. Coral, yeah, that's what's happening to me since 2021. I'm so distracted by everything and kind of lost myself, in a way, but I still have myself at the same time. Ooh, see, now it's moving, and then I lost it. Ooh, disassociating the big way, but able to speak my truth. Luckily, good. Yeah, for sure. Oops. Baby with a laser, look at you with all caps. That works, huh? Have you ever had any spiritual experience on your visit to Wales? Hell yeah. Didn't I tell you, baby with the laser? I thought I told Andy, but I'll more than, you know what? Now I'm getting a connection that you might be something more than you say you are, because now that's like a divine timing thing. Because I was just processing Snowdonia again. In fact, it's my screensaver. Well, my family's the screensaver, but it's my locked screen is Snowdonia. I still, to this day, And well, I guess it didn't, because when I was feeling really sad and dark, I forgot to go there. But when I need help falling back into the heart and trusting that there's something bigger out there, I envisioned myself in Snowdonia, especially that one place my husband pulled off when it was pouring rain, but he just kind of knew, like, get out of the car, you need to do this. And I stepped on that ground where, it's barely been walked on in history and time, other than Merlin and dragons and things. And I kind of bounced a little bit. And then I got in the car and my eyes were neon green. Now they're usually pretty bright, but I was just like, I felt from my toes coming out through my hair follicles at the end. Like, you just feel that rush. So yes, not only there, the castles felt eerily funky. More so, I felt like that filter I did in Shasta, like something going through me, releasing something. But Snowdonia was just, it was incredible. Now, when we went through the Slate mines, is it? Yeah, it was mines there. One of our hosts, she was raised there. She didn't have the best experiences there. In fact, it was pretty dark. So I don't know if I was picking up on her or the area, but when we went through, I couldn't wait to pass through it. I didn't feel very good. And I felt like the darkness of the Slate and the area in general, it wasn't death, it was, or destruction. It was dark. Maybe they fought over it. I don't know. It was very aggressive. But the greenlands, the forest, the being, not called into the woods by pixies and things, but just feeling the earth itself was absolute one of my favorite, most spiritual experiences to date. And it reminded me of the ones I'd have when I was a little girl in Pacific Northwest in the woods. So trees, the woods, the natural ground, that hasn't been churned and overturned, but like untouched. So freaking sacred to be able to experience, without a doubt. Thank you for bringing that up again. That felt good. Thank you, baby blazer. Yeah, I just brought it back to one. Okay. Oh, Coral, you just called it. I have a sugar addiction. Stop the weed, though. That's sugar. There you go. That's a demon right there. I don't know who doesn't at this point, to be honest, because it's very hard to live a sugar-free lifestyle, and not like in the processed sugar-free, the chemical sugar-free, but like a truly raw whole food sugar kind of thing. It's hard. I can't do it. It's really hard. You can pick and choose your battles, but that is parasitic too. So the parasitic thing might help with that. Just saying. The makeup. Oh yeah, your contactee journey started in your adult life, 2021. Yes, I loved your talk text with that, Coral. Baby laser. I feel it every time I cross the border into Wales. First thing I do when I go there is take my shoes off and ground myself. Yes, I gotta go back. You know what? We did reminisce that being here. It's not like we're getting California wages and living in Wisconsin. I have a friend who works online for California, so getting California wages, but lives in another state and thriving, like banking, saving so much. It's not like that for us, but we are confident and hopeful that we're going to get to Wales soon. In fact, especially if our sweet cheeks get engaged, March's nephew. So we might, hopefully we'd be back there, not this summer, but the next summer. And I'm going to start saving now because I could get back there again for sure. Well, hello there, 98765R2. Well, right now I am in the Midwest. Hello. How the heck are you and where are you from? And Coral, where in UK are you again? You don't have to share. You can just text it to me. Never mind. But I know you're out there too. So that would be a fun meet and greet. Well, that's so funny. If you're just tuning in, the very beginning, what did you say? Like 15 minutes of that? I don't even know if anyone's here from the beginning there, but I felt this wall. The wall was there. Oh, East Midlands, Coral. Oh, fabulous. Have you ever visited Ugly House Cafe in Snowdonia? No, we didn't. I will have to next time. What did we do? We got Lottie ice cream at the top, not the tippy top, where you get on the rail, the little Toblerone like train. Doesn't that take you from No, that was Landudno. No, we were back up there in Snowdonia a little bit. There was some like little tourist spot you could stop to get on a train and do the train passageway through everything, which is what we wanted to do. I think it was like a 6-hour thing, and we didn't have the day to give. So we had promised our host next time we would do something like that. So I think that was kind of our only stop there. It was just drive all over. I wanted to see absolutely everything. Yeah, one day I hope so too, Carol. Oh, and Ozzy, we got Oz in the house. Hello from Oz. I got a couple Aussie pals. I haven't seen them yet here, but they are on here. Which part? Are you Perth side? Are you where are you at? Like Carl Lorenzo, Appro. Brad, you heard me on here say that, right? I am literally like 3 blocks from the original Appro. And I got the correct address now, Carol. Yeah, so that's a big deal in this town. Yeah, we talked about that, Brad. That's right. Easy to up the road from Swallow Falls. Snowdonia is a huge place. Oh, it is huge, yes. And I still can't believe, but I can, that the giant was like 15 minutes from there. Like that's where he was raised. I can't wait to share more little even pics of him. He's just glowing. I'm so proud of him. He deserves this windfall, and he absolutely deserves all these choices. He has so many choices of work, and he's got so much mad respect from the people he's met already in town. Even the one job he already left, they're close buddies, like they've been hanging out. So I'm thrilled for him. He literally sacrificed a lot, if not everything, just to be with us in LA. And I'm just so glad for him. Honestly, that's what makes everything, all the pain bodies worth it. But the pain bodies, like I said, teachable moments. I'm not worried. Okay, bye, Coral. I do too. I'll talk to you soon. My friend Raymond Andrew Keller knows a lot about Alpro. Yes. I think that was in the talk text or the text too, Brad. I remember that. That is the fella from that my chef friend had that picture of, right? Well, hello. That's a big loaded question. I believe in all that is. I do not believe in outside myself, but I believe in all there is, and yeah, a universal oneness for sure. So yeah, maybe I'll save that for the next one. So I am going to wind it down because, yep, I'm jumping on a call with a former parent of a kid friend of mine, and then my son and I are going to go get our adjustment. Thank you. Thank you for riding that wave for me. I'm very curious where that was. If I ever catch a replay, I don't do that often, but I do make clips. Thanks, Opus Clips. There was a reserve. I feel it. I feel like something shifted just doing this. That's probably why I was called to do this. I've been holding on to something, and I just had to which is what I did. And Bo the dog is here, and he's doing great. He loves it here, by the way. And I think what he loves probably the most, I'm not reading his mind or anything, but if you recall in LA, we'd have to shave him like 3 times a year because he doesn't like the grooming. He doesn't like brushing him or any of that stuff. So we just shave him clean. And they had a heat wave. They had 100 degrees there when we had 40 inches of snow. He's getting his shaggy Cocker Spaniel coat, and I think he just walks and rocks it. I think he's loving it. Am I having that rare gray eye color where they're hazel? So I don't know if you can see it on this thing. And I know I have makeup on out and about today. They're hazel. I have my dad's eyes. Not literally, but his color. And they do change. They get super bright green when I cry or something, which could have been that Snowdonia moment, baby with a laser, because there were tears. There were tears of happiness, that's for sure. They go blue sometimes when I change. I haven't exactly seen them gray, but they still are rare and green. They're hazily green, like more on the green side of hazel. But hazel to me is a color that kind of shifts, and that's what they do. Good to see you too, baby laser. Thank you. Beautiful. Oh, thanks, Jane. I'm so glad you caught it. Thank you. I have to shake it. I think this is only the 3rd or 4th one. There's so much to catch you up on that. I think I was hoping and trying to do, but I felt blocked. So get ready for talk text. I really appreciate my pals. Yeah, it's unlocking. Something's Thank you. Hello. It's an unlock because yeah, I got a little lost for a little while. Yeah. We have to remember how powerful we are, right? That our journey, our human experience is there for a reason. It's teaching us everything we need to know for the now moment. Whether that was 20 years ago, yesterday, tomorrow, whatever it is, every moment is an honorable moment, even the difficult ones. And it has been fucking difficult. Really fucking difficult. Um, I never want to be in the position again where I have to bite my tongue, where I have to watch what I say. Of course, manners aside, I will always do that. But honestly, if you're truly in that correct alignment, you don't have to bite your tongue. You shouldn't have to. So be mindful of the company you keep. Is it serving a purpose for you? Is it bringing out the best in you? Are you being seen and heard? And is it balanced? And yeah, so been going through it a little bit. So thank you for the connection. So thank you, hello, and thank you. And I hope to do this again. And if you have not done so, Huckett the Ducketh. That is my son. And check out the journey of the snowball, Bart the snowball. I'm proud of him. So I'll chat with you all soon. Thank you for playing. Talk to you soon. Smell you later. Cheers from Wisconsin. Bye.